Hi guys. When you're building a simple website or a complex web application, understanding how to store data on the client side is very crucial. And there are some major ways to do this. We have local storage, section storage, we have cookies. These three are very common. What are their differences? When are we supposed to use them? And how are we supposed to use them? First off, local storage. Think of local storage as a way to store data that persists. So data saved in local storage, they don't go anywhere basically. Even if you close your tab or you close your browser, whatever is saved in your local storage still persists. It's still there until it is intentionally deleted. Local storage has a size of about 10 MB per origin, and it is more than enough to save user data like preferences, themes, and maybe shopping cart items. Data saved on, I think this is a very important point, data saved on local storage does not get sent with HTTP requests. So if you need to save data on the client side and you do not want that data interacting with the server, then local storage is your guide, because whatever data you save on your local storage doesn't get sent with your HTTP request. So interacting with data in the local storage is pretty much easy. You can use, to save data on your local storage, you can use local storage .set item key value. And to retrieve it, you can use local storage .get item key. To remove data from your local storage, you can use local storage remove item key. Section storage. Section storage is very similar to local storage, but there's one key difference. The data you save on section storage is only accessible within the duration of the page section. And this is what it means. It means that the minute you close that particular browser tab where you have that data saved, you lose it. And that is something that is not happening with local storage, right? With local storage, whether you close your tab or you close your browser, your data still persists. But in section storage, your data is only available for the duration of that page section. Once that page is closed, once that tab is closed, you lose your data. Section storage has a storage limit of about 5 MB. And just like local storage, the data saved in your section storage doesn't get sent with every HTTP request. So if you want to store data that doesn't necessarily have to be in sync with your server communication, then you can always use section storage. Except, of course, data saved in section storage does not persist. Once the user closes that section, your data is gone. Using section storage is almost very identical to using local storage with JavaScript. You use section storage .set item key value, section storage .get item key, and section storage remove item key to, save, to get, to retrieve, and to remove. So the main thing to remember with section storage is that the scope is limited to the tab, to the section, to that tab, your tab that you have open. The scope of section storage is limited to that section. Cookies. Cookies have been around for quite a while, and they are very different from section storage and local storage. Unlike section storage and local storage, whose data does not get sent to the server, cookies, data saved in cookies, automatically get sent to your server with every HTTP request. So if there's a scenario where you need data from the client side communicating with the server side, then cookies are the best way to solve data like that. So they are very much ideal for authentication, because with authentication, you need data sent to the server side, section management. However, when they are used excessively, they can affect performance because they get sent with every HTTP request. It's like a load that request has to carry. So they can actually affect performance if they are excessively used. Cookies have a size of about 4 KB per cookie, and that makes them really useful to store small pieces of data. And for expiry with cookies, the expiry date is set. So you have to set the expiry date. Oh, I want the data set in this cookie to expire on the 5th of December 2024. Which is very different from the way you use local storage. Local storage persists for as long as you want it to persist for. And section storage is, once the tab is gone, it is gone. But with cookie, you set the expiry date yourself. To use cookies, you use documents.cookie. However, it's a bit complex compared to the initial two, in the sense that you set so much attributes. You set the name, of course, the value, and then the expiry date. You set an expired attribute, and the path, the domain, and many other attributes like that. Simple HTML file here, and I also have my application tab from my dev tool open as well. So let's try to see, let's use JavaScript to exemplify this. Let's start with local storage. Let me comment this. Local storage. Let's say something in our local storage. Remember, we use the .set item, local storage .set item, name. Let's set my name. Name is the key, and let's set Bemisola as the value. Bemisola is the value here. All right, let's save this in like a variable. Const name is equals to, because I want us to like console it. Const name equals to local storage dot retrieve dot get item. We're trying to use get item to get what I saved in my local storage. Now you pass in your value, which is your name. Now let's console. First, let's see if we have it. This is our local storage. You can see just by setting it, I have my name and I have Bemisola as the value here. And of course, you can always get it using the get item. Let's confirm if we were able to get it. Console.log local storage retrieved name equals, let's concatenate name. Let's check our console. You can see local storage retrieve name equals Bemisola. So we were able to actually retrieve it using get item here. So as you can see, just like I said earlier, you can set data into your local storage using set item, then get it using get item, and you can remove it using remove item. Or as the user can simply remove it from here. You can just delete it. But also you can remove it from your code. Local storage dot remove item name. You see that we do not. So we don't longer have it because it has been removed. And the same applies for section storage. And copy and paste this whole block here for section storage as well. Let's edit section storage. This would be section storage, section storage. And as opposed to using name, let's set role is software engineer. Software engineer. Let me comment this out first because I'm going to remove it. Let me comment this out. All right, then let's rename this as name, role rather, role. And okay, role equals to section storage dot get item role console.log section storage retrieved role. Let's check. All right. Section storage here. As you can see, we have our role software engineer. Let's check our console. Section storage retrieved role equals software engineer. And we can also remove it just the same way we removed our local storage. Though in section storage, whether you remove it or not, when I close this tab, it goes. That data leaves. But I can also remove it using the remove item function. So section storage does remove item role. Let's come here. Our role disappears from our section storage. Now let's check our cookies. As opposed to using .set item, .get item, and all of that, cookies can be a bit different. So what you do is document.cookie equals, now you set the name in a string. So no, let's not use name. Let's use country. Country Nigeria this time. Country would be our key, and Nigeria would be our value. Country Nigeria. Let's see if we have it here. Aha, you can see we have it here. We have country Nigeria, the domain. The part will be the home part. And we did not set any expiry date or time for it. So it will expire per section. But we can always set an expiry date for our cookie. And this is the size. Let's set an expiry date. You can use it here too as well. So expires will be the key to set your expiry date. Let's set it to tomorrow is okay. Let's set it to Thursday. 20th of June 2024, and the time will be 000000 UTC, coordinated universal time. So let's check it now. Aha, you can see we have an expiry date now. Sorry, I think I should expand this, but We have our expiry date now here. And you can also set the path. It's going to like automatically be on the on path if you did not set a path, but you can always set a path using the path attribute like this. So your path can be equals maybe slash profile or something like that, or slash sign up or slash sign in. But this is just a simple project. But yes, you can always set the path, you can set the expiry date, you can set the name, and you can also set the values. For cookies, if you do not set the expiry date or time, then it automatically assumes that it's going to expire for that section. Let's summarize the key differences between all three and when it is best to use each of them. First, for local storage, the data remains until it is explicitly deleted. So the data is not going anywhere until it is deleted. Capacity is around 10 MB, and the scope is the entire browser. For network requests, the data you save in your local storage is not sent with HTTP request. And for the use case, local storage is used for saving user preferences, themes, and shopping cart items. For section storage, your data lasts until the tab is closed. The capacity is around 5 MB. The scope is per tab, per section. And for network requests, data saved in section storage is not sent with HTTP request. Use case for temporary data that you need for a single section, like form data. If you have a multi-step form, you can save the previous step data in your section storage. Data that is just temporary and not there for a long time. Section storage is best used for those. And for cookies, you set it with an expiration date. Capacity is about 4 KB per cookie, and it gets sent with every HTTP request to the same domain. Use case, section management, user authentication, tracking, just saving small amount of data that needs to be sent to the server. So there you have it. Understanding these 3 storage mechanisms will definitely help your web development skill, and it will also improve user experience on your application. You get to know which of a storage mechanism to use at every point. Do you need to store small data or large data? Do you need your data for a single section or for multiple sections? Do you need your data to communicate with your server or not? When you understand the differences between local storage, section storage, cookies, you're able to make decisions based on the situation or circumstance that you need to store data for. And of course, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notification for more coding content or tech content like this. See you in my next video. Bye.